Hey friends, so I went to Home Depot looking for roses and look what I found. I was quite in shock because normally you don't see clearance on the bulbs. I would say maybe in May also. So I was very pleased by this and I decided to just record it for you. So as you can see, we're at Home Depot. They have 50% off all package bulbs. Yes. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to shop and not just pick them up because they're 50% off, right? So let's start with dahlias. So right here you can see the bag is clear and you can see through it. Keep in mind a lot of these items, they have been sitting on the garden center shelves since January. But I feel like with Home Depot, friends, I feel like these are recently stocked items because look at that. Look how green and healthy that looks in there, right? You know when they sit in the bag, they either would die out or they would rotten, but these are really good looking dahlias. This is the first time at this Home Depot. I've shared with you bare roots and bulbs and all of that before, but not from this Home Depot. But check them out and see, okay? Right there, you just go to the side of the bag. You can actually see if it looks good. All right. So those were some healthy looking dahlias. Look at that. They're so beautiful too. They come in all different colors and they're from the American Horticultural Society. So I think these are specialty ones. I don't know. They have like special names on them. And here's one of my favorites. I found this one last year and I truly love it. So right there, you can actually see the green growth through the green bag. And I told you guys before, nothing is wrong with asking customer service, can I open this in front of you to make sure it's good? Let's move on to these fruit trees. Friends, these fruit trees have been sitting in the garden centers, right? So what I would do, if I pick these up, I would harden them off as you do your seedlings. You start inside. Just don't go and plant them outside, okay? Just to make sure they acclimate to the outdoor temperatures. Over here we have potatoes. Look at that. These potatoes, they have some beautiful stalk in them. And I love the mixture of the potatoes here, friends. They have garlic, they have onions. The garlic and onions are really good. And then here we have astilbe. Astilbe is the root. These would come with root. So I will stay away from anything with root like echinacea, black-eyed Susan, astilbe, unless you can open the bags and make sure the root is good. Remember, they've been sitting here for a while. And I'm not saying this Home Depot, but in general, right? If you see 50% off, just keep in mind they were sitting at the garden centers for a while. Just open the bags, ask customer service, open the bags and check them out. Clearly these have been here, friends. Look at that. That is where the potato will grow from, that long stem there. Okay, so you just want to keep in mind you don't break it off. Hopefully it can get strong and give you good potatoes. I must tell you, they have a lot to choose from here, friends. Okay, lilies, perfectly fine to pick up. Look at this. See that? That's why I'm thinking these are recently stocked ones, because those are really nice looking lily sprouts, right? They're not long and strangly looking and funny looking and thin like a pencil, right? It's thick and nice. Gladiolus would always be good. Just make sure you squeeze in the bulbs, make sure they're hard, and you could actually see how good they look in the bag. If you want to try a cut flower this year from bulbs, friends, I recommend gladiolus. I love them. Make great cut flowers. You do need to stake them, and what I do, I use tomato cage to stake my gladiolus. That's an easy way to stake them. You plant the gladiolus and you put the stake next to where you plant it, and you don't have to worry about trying to stake it, right? It will just grow up around the stake. Peonies, you have to be careful with peonies, okay? So check them out. Make sure you have at least 2 to 3 eyes. Liatris, definitely, these are really good. Look at them. See? the calms are hard and firm, so these I would pick up. Just inspect your bags, feel up the bulbs, make sure they're stiff and hard and nice, and they're not soft and rotten feeling like, right? Alright, so those are good ones. Here we have this elephant ear here, friends. These are really good purchases. Look at that. The bulbs are really firm and nice. So I'm telling you, get out there, see if you have 50% off at your Home Depot. Hopefully you get lots. But I must tell you, I was really happy because these are really good ones. And look at the dahlia. See it right in there? The new growth coming out from there. And see this right here? That is rotten. So I want to pick that up. That's why I'm saying stay away from roots. That's your bleeding heart, and your echinacea, I will stay away from those roots because they're already rotten out in the bag. Okay, if you find a good one, then pick it up. Alrighty, move over here. We have more dahlias over here, friends. Once again, just inspect and make sure. And I'm gonna take you home with me and show you what I got. Okay, begonias are really good and caladium are really good. What I do, I wait until my temperature outside is at least 60 degrees before I plant them, right? They need 60-degree temperature, but I soak them maybe for like 20-30 minutes in warm water to wake them up. Anyway, friends, let's go home and I'll share with you what I picked up. All right, friends, I'm home and I want to share with you what I got. Yes, happy spring. Okay, there's a lot going on, right? This is a winter swim bottles we have going on here. There's a lot. And then I have these lilies. I'm hardening off because I started them inside. If you saw that video, these are the lilies. Alrighty, so I have my setup over here out of the sun, and look at the daffodils are blooming, friends. And I just noticed in the front the tulips are opening already. And look at the bleeding heart, one of my favorites. All right, so let me have a seat here and let me show you what I got. I'm over here because the sun is there and you probably want to see in the sun properly. All right, friends, so first up, I picked up these beautiful President and Stargazer lilies. These are gonna be for my girlfriend. I'm helping her with her garden, so I'm gonna add some lilies for some summer blooms. So I got these for her. These are so pretty, friends, and once again, half off. Yes, so 8 bulbs I paid, what is that, $7.50. And look at this. As I was telling you guys in the video, I think this Home Depot got their stuff late, because when I inspected the bags there at the store, friends, I'm surprised. Normally the lilies would already be like really long and funny looking. Look at this, it just started to grow. So very excited about this. So these are good ones. Can't wait to give them to her. I should be seeing her next week. So as I always tell you guys, pick up some lilies and just tuck them in spots in your garden. With lilies, friends, you don't need to dig a 12 inches hole. You just need a small little round hole like that and you put the bulbs in there, okay? I just love lilies. And let me show you something right here. So right over here, friends, right here we have lilies. See them? These are from last year. Look at that. And this is a hellebore, right? So the hellebore, it's almost done blooming. Yep, it's almost done blooming there. But guess what? These lilies are gonna come up here between them, and you might be thinking, oh, why are they so close together? It's okay, because let me go back somewhat and show you. With this garden, friends, there was nothing here, and then the bleeding heart is coming up. Then I have all different bulbs in between here. So you also make sure there's something in your garden blooming. So what's gonna happen is that this bleeding heart is gonna get really big. I think it gets like maybe 3.5 feet tall or so, right? And I'm not gonna see the hellebore in the back, and I don't need to see it because it's already done blooming, right? But what happened is that earlier on in the season, there was nothing here except the hellebore. This wasn't even here. This was just the roots in the ground. So while this was in the ground, I had hellebore there with the blooms. So now that's gonna take a back seat and it's gonna come in the front, right? It's all about the plants, the season, the bloom, the heights, and all of that. So all these lilies are gonna come out there behind there in the summer with my bleeding heart in the front. Anyways, alrighty, and then I picked up some caladium. I love caladium. When I went home in, what was that, in the summer? I went home last year. My mom had these in her garden, yes, and I just love them. So when I saw this one, I just had to buy them. I'm like, I'm buying these. And planting them. I do have some already, but with the Caladium Friends, they're not hardy in my zone, so I do have to dig them out. Yes, and they're good. I inspected the bag. There won't be any growth on these yet. With Caladium Friends, you plant them when the temperature is consistently 60 degrees. Okay, and normally I would soak them and then I will plant them when it's sometime in April. We should be in 60 degrees, right? Just have to check and see when. That's when I plant them, and they take a while to wake up, but rest assured they will wake up for you. Don't think they're dead. Don't think, oh, what's going on here. They will wake up for you, and they prefer partial to full shade. They're great in containers and they're great in the shade garden. I just love these Caladium because you don't have to deadhead them. You just like Coleus, right? Caladium and Coleus, you get them just for the foliage. Love these. In bed, I picked up this lily. It is the Smart Romance. They have them in all different fancy names. So I think this is some designer brand. I don't know. It says American Horticultural Society. But yeah, they have them in all different fancy names there. And look at that. So I paid $5 and change, half off for 5 of them. So we're gonna put these in the flamingo garden bed. And when I was at the store, friends, I was inspecting to make sure, because I don't want to have to go back to return any of these. And you could see, I could see through. And if you look closer, you probably could too when you're in the store. So just make sure you pick up and inspect before you come home. And I always tell you guys, go to customer service and say, hey, can I open this? And more than likely they will have no problem you doing that. But I did inspect them, I did the test, and they were forming hard, right? And even so, I could see a growth point starting to form in here. And this is why I keep saying, I think these shipments from that Home Depot, I think they're relatively new, because I know the other Home Depot we did, what was that, in February? Yeah, I think these are new, because I'm surprised how the bulbs are really good still. Right there, do you see right there, right there? See, that's a new growth point there. So these are good ones. So these for the flamingo garden bed. Alrighty friends, look what I got. Let me show you the picture. This is, here's another one of it, the specialty ones. This is White Perfection Dahlia. Look at this baby, it's so pretty. There's 2 tubers in here, $5 and change. I'm really excited about this one. It says grows 36 to 40 inches tall, and it's great as cut flower. Dahlia does not survive my zone here, but what I do, I have them planted in one spot at the side of the house, and I put extra leaves or mulch on top for the winter season, and they do come back for me. I was even thinking of putting it somewhere next to the moon garden. I don't know, we'll see. I probably would put it in containers. I don't know, we'll see, but I just had to get it. I just love the pretty white color and just the blooms on here. And let's talk about the bags. Look at this. You see, they're fresh. Look at the growth in here, fresh. So these dahlias are healthy and they're ready to go in the ground. So when you go and you see the bulbs and 50% off, just take a time and look. Don't be buying dead bulbs, right? Don't waste your money. All right, last but not least, let me show you what else I got. All right friends, here we are. We got the Nettie's Pride Lily. I'm not sure if you remember last year when I picked up a ton of these half off, but it wasn't this early in the season. It was much later down in the season. Yes, I couldn't help myself. I am like so excited. I got this one last year, and when I saw it, I just had to get another one. Look at that, $5 and change. It's so unique, it's so different. And these will get 36 to 48 inches tall. Absolutely beautiful. And these came in the green bag, right? But I'm telling you, sometimes you could see I'm not sure, can you see that? I could see the new growth was just starting in there. Look at that. They're not long and funny looking. They just started to grow out in the bag. So I was really excited about this. I just had to pick up another one of this. So I'm gonna plant them in the ground. I am so excited about this, friends. So as I said to you, go and check on your Home Depot. Lowe's, they rarely ever put these on 50% off, but Home Depot, that store, I was really surprised about that. Go and check and see what you can find, and do the inspections as I share with you, right? Your Liatris, your Gladiolus, your lilies, your elephant ear, your caladium, those are naturally gonna be good to pick up around this time. But anything with bare roots, you just want to be extra careful. and tubers. Be extra careful, but those gonna be good to pick up. Those are the ones I named. All right, friends, I have my work cut out here for me. I have a lot going on in the garden, as you can see. All right, so I'm gonna plant some of these. What else I have to do? I have a lot. I have to go freshen up my soil right there. The soil is from last year, so I have to go freshen that soil, plant these. I have a lot going on, so I just wanted to come behind here and share with you that Home Depot, they have 50% off, so you can go and get some right now and add to your garden. Spring is a perfect time for you to plant, for you to assess your garden, multiply, take away plants, add plants. As I always say, the math, do the math in the garden. Spring and fall, those are the perfect season for that. So anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next one. I have a lot of videos I'm making. Thank you guys for being here as always. I appreciate all of you. Let me know if you found any 50% off clearance at Lowe's and what you got. All right, friends, thank you guys as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I have to give you an update because these daffodils are just coming. Look here, let me take you over here behind me. Look at them. Look at them. See that? It's like 75 degrees today. Look at them. Spring is officially here. The garden is officially open. I have to give you guys a tour so you can see what's going on. But anyhow, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, cheers, friends.